If you think that you have short-term memory or you have hard time of retaining hifz, that's something that the shaitan is telling you. First of all, a lot of people make excuse saying that maybe my memory is not that good. They drop the journey of Quran. They drop memorizing the Quran. I promise you, if you kept doing that for 3, like 4, like maximum 4 months, I promise you, from wala tujadilu to Surah An-Nas will be like water. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thanks for everybody who subscribed to this channel and commented and also like. Alhamdulillah, I'm noticing that there are a lot of people who really love the Quran. Alhamdulillah, thumma alhamdulillah. I had one of the brothers DM me the other day telling me that he have some issues of him retaining the Quran that he memorizes. And we talked about it, and alhamdulillah, I can help him out and kind of suggested him what to do and also what to follow. So I thought, why not make a video and maybe share it to the public? So the topic of today will be, why do you forget the Quran that you memorize? At the beginning of my journey, when I started my Hifz journey, it was 2020, at the end of 2020. And alhamdulillah, it was an amazing journey, as you guys saw a little bit of it. And I wish I could go back in time and record all of it. But alhamdulillah, no regrets, and it was one of the most amazing journeys that I ever had taken. So before I even go and talk to my sheikh and plan and also start the journey of Hifz, I've already had a decent time of practicing the Quran. So I would read one juz a day for like 30 days, and I would finish the Quran in 30 days. This is before even I started my Hifz or before I even started my memorization. I did that for almost a year, and alhamdulillah, it was amazing. And that gave me the confidence of taking the next action, which is memorizing the Quran. So alhamdulillah, I started the journey, and now it was the time to test my muscle that I've been practicing, which is the discipline muscle of doing the muraja or the revision daily. When I finished the first juz amma, it was easy, alhamdulillah. I used to revise every day, one juz, very simple. Then I went to second juz and third juz. That's when I started doing actually more muraja. Then I remember when I went to the eighth juz, things started getting a little bit tough. I started getting anxious about the Quran that I memorized. I started getting less confident of the Quran that I memorized. And I noticed, okay, why do I keep forgetting the Quran that I just memorized? Even though it's a fresh Quran, it's a fresh lesson, but I started having anxiety of why do I keep getting wrong when I'm doing my revisions? And it got into my head. And at that time, I didn't had nobody tell me, hey, this is normal. Keep going and keep pushing. So I just went with the flow, I just started practicing. I never looked back. I never complained to my sheikh. And this is something, alhamdulillah, and Allah gave it to me. I never complained to my sheikh. I never went to my sheikh. I said, hey, sheikh, the Quran that I'm memorizing, I just keep getting hard and hard, and I keep forgetting basically like a couple of juices. Alhamdulillah, I never complained to nobody. Maybe my passion that time was very, very big, and I was very, very hungry. So I kept pushing myself. I kept pushing myself to the point where I started seeing improvement. I started like remembering the Quran that I memorized. And alhamdulillah, that's the one I noticed something. That's when I said, okay, for me to get this Quran very solid, it will take me a lot of time. And I was willing to put that work. And that's when I said, okay, if it will take me like 4 or 5 months to make like 4 or 5 juz very, 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 very like solid 4 juz, to have that vision very nice, I was willing to put that work in. And alhamdulillah, that's the way I followed. And today I'm sharing those lessons that I learned from my journey so that you could have peace of mind. Let's say, for example, you just memorized 15 juz or like 10 juz, and let's say you memorize from وَلَا تُجَادِلُوا أَهْلَ الْكِتَابِ في سورة العنكبوت to Surah An-Nas, and the bottom 5 from Surah Al-Ahqaf, حاميم تنزيل الكتاب من الله العزيز الحكيم ما خلقنا السماوات والأرض. Let's say from the bottom 5 to Surah An-Nas is very strong. But starting from وَلَا تُجَادِلُوا to Surah Al-Ahqaf, it's kind of like, it's not strong and it's not like weak. It's not like super weak, but it's kind of like those like between, or maybe kind of to the side of the weakest side. And you do your daily muraja'a, but you really have some anxiety or some like less confident. Like basically you're insecure with your hifz. First of all, that's something normal. And that's something that a lot of huffaz go through, and it's okay. If you think that you have short-term memory or you have hard time of retaining hifz, that's something that the shaitan is telling you, first of all. Second, if you think that you're going to forget the Quran because it's weak, that's also something that the shaitan is telling you. And so the next step to take is add to whatever you were doing the muraja'a. Let's say from Surah Ankabut to Surah An-Nas, you finish it in, let's say, maximum 2 weeks or maximum 3 weeks. The goal here is to shorten that time. Let's say it takes you like 15 days, 21 days to finish from Surah Al-Ankabut to Surah An-Nas. The goal here is to make that time very short, to the point where if you can finish it in 4 days, 5 days. And I promise you, once you start doing that, you'll be amazed. You'll be more happy. Basically, you'll be very happy. I don't want to make this video long, but it will be very long. So if you really want to learn something amazing, or if you really want to get something out of this topic, stay and finish this video. I promise you, you will learn a lot from this video. Okay, let's go back to the topic. So let's say that you make that time very small and you start finishing the Quran, or you start finishing from Surah Al-Ankabut to Surah Al-Nas within, let's say, within 3-4 days. I promise you, if you kept doing that for maximum 4 months, I promise you, from Wala Tujadilu to Surah Al-Nas will be like water. I promise you, it will just be like water. And I'm saying this from experience. I promise you. When I get to Surah, for me right now is Surah Tawbah, because I've been doing it for a while. When I get to Surah Tawbah, Innama Sabil, that's the 10th juz, or the 11th juz basically. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. Because from my counting from here, from Baqarah to bottom, is usually, I get mixed up. I know from the bottom to up. For me, for example, when I get to Surah Tawbah, إنما السبيل على الذين يستأذنونكم أغنياء, to Surah An-Nas, I really feel like I'm on a roller coaster, like I just ride and I enjoy it. And that came from a lot of days of practice. That did not just came from just practicing 1 month and expecting this type of results. Like, let's say you put this type of work and you expect this type of result. So you see the difference. So when I get to Surah An-Nas, Surah Tawbah, I just feel happy, because it don't mean that, from Surah Al-Baqarah to Surah Al-Anfal is very weak. It don't mean that. It's just that from Surah Al-Baqarah to Surah Al-Anfal, I have to be very focused and locked it in, so that my hifz get better. Because if my focus gets like this, that shows me that today I did not practice very well. So, but when I get to Sunnah Sabil, I can be talking to you while I can read, So, and that's the goal. That's the goal, from going from Surah Al-Baqarah to Surah Al-Nas like water. That comes with a lot of years of practice. Inshallah, you will get there. And all of us will get there, inshallah. Coming back to the topic, my message is very clear. A lot of people make excuse saying that, oh, maybe my memory is not that good and I cannot memorize. Or a lot of people say, oh, I keep forgetting the hifz. And they start becoming insecure, and then they drop the journey of Quran. They drop memorizing the Quran. That's what I'm fighting against. So the goal is to practice, and make the time of practicing. Basically, the goal is to practice very well, and as time goes, progressive overload. You know how in the gym if you were lifting 5 pounds, you keep adding. So let's say you've been practicing 1 juz every day. After 2 months, you have to add 1 more juz. After 3 months, add 1 more juz. That's how you go to the point where you can read 5 juz in 1 day and finish the Quran every week once. And once you get to that position, you keep doing that for 2 years maximum, the Quran will become like a water. Very, very amazing. You will be in such a good confidence. And that's the goal. What happens after you get that confidence? After you get that confidence, you feel amazing, alhamdulillah. You feel like you can recite in anywhere. You feel like anybody can test you and you can recite with confidence. And that's the goal that we all want to reach, inshallah. So if you have this kind of thoughts of okay, I'm insecure with my hifz, or I keep forgetting the Quran, no. Stop doing that, because you have not put in the work or what it takes to make that Quran, that fresh Quran, stay for a while. If you like this video, inshallah, leave a comment. And if you want to join us memorizing the Quran also, leave a comment and let me know what juz you in, inshallah. Alhamdulillah, every time I read you guys' comment, I feel happy, because there are people who really love the Quran. And I believe everybody who subscribe loves the Quran, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.